We all have envisioned a certain type of life we want. Then we live a life where the vision remains a vision. There are those few who never stop pursuing that picture they see in their head until it is achieved. Hard work is the key. If you are complaining about the life you have or don't have, then you need to realize that it is up to you to make changes now rather than later.
Hey my friends, Positive Vibes here. How is everyone doing? Positive Vibes, I wear the mask, main concept, don't judge a book by its cover. Main goal, spreading the positivity any way possible. I want to welcome you to Good Morning Motivation with Positive Vibes Friday. Yes. This is also Positive Vibes Influence Podcast, PIP. This is episode 125, my friends. Yes. It is Friday, April the 17th, 2020, and it is 12 p.m. Eastern Time here in Toronto, Ontario. Markham, to be exact. It is not exactly the morning anymore, but it's all good. But I want to welcome you once again to the podcast. I want to welcome you to Good Morning Motivation with Positive Vibes Friday. This is the third installment that we're doing, which we're doing live, right? Good Morning Motivation with Positive Vibes has been around since I started podcasting, so back in 2017. And before I continue, my friends, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for all the love and support for Positive Vibes. Thank you for all the love and support for one another. And thank you for all the love and support for yourself. Keep going, keep going, keep going, my friends. Keep your head up. We're all in this together. I'm just going to lock this here. So, this just started working from home the last few days, right? Yesterday was my first day, I guess, once I set everything up. And so pretty much I don't have my full access as of now. So once I have access, then I'll be taking calls, right? And I've talked about this in the past, so I'll have Sunday, Mondays off, just like my regular shift, and I'll be working from Tuesday to Saturday, right? But this whole week, one thing that we've been talking about is what, right? We started on Monday with hashtag PV Social Media Mondays, talking about what? We're talking about work. Right? And work, we could go in so many directions, right? I've talked about it before. It doesn't mean that it's a job, right? It doesn't mean that it has to be for school, right? We're working every single day. I talked about it yesterday a bit, where when we wake up and we get out of bed, that's work, right? We have to, find whatever we can, right, throughout our day to push us, to motivate us, no matter how small it might seem. Right? I've talked about this in the past, that no matter how small it might seem today, I honestly believe with my experience and what I've been through, that it ends up being the biggest things in the long run. In the long run, I'm not only talking about that, we're talking about a few years. It could honestly be long term, right? It could be 5, 10, 15 years before something might hit you and realize that, hey, I only started doing this small thing. Right? Just like I give an example with the work that I put into Positive Vibes, right? The work that I put into Positive Vibes was 7.5+ years. What was I doing? I was just posting a quote every single day. That's all I was doing, right? And then I did that, imagine, consistently for 3.5 years, roughly, right? Before I started still posting quotes, but before I even started editing my own photos and things of that nature, okay? So, work, like I said, we're also talking about, me working from home. And I talked a little bit about yesterday how everything happens for a reason. I've been in the customer service, right? Call center environment, outbound, and now majority of it was inbound with different companies. The company I'm with now is 6.5+ years, right? Or 6+ years, I should say. Having this opportunity come to me now after I don't drive, so after traveling, taking buses, subways, things of that nature, I have this opportunity based on, unfortunately, what's happening around the world, but I have this opportunity to work from home, right? One thing I've said in the past that I'm putting out there is I always say focus on the good more than the not so good. Because I honestly believe, my friends, focusing on the good will help us to deal with the not so good situations, right? And we know that we're all dealing with a similar type of not so good situation, right? That's happening around the world. But one thing I would recommend or put out there that I'm looking at is what can I control and what can I not control? So I can control social distancing, right? I control staying at home, right? Again, relating it to the topic, if I look at it, that's a bit of work, right? It's not the easiest thing for everybody. It might be easier for some people, harder for others, right? Because of the social life that we might have. We want to get that fresh air. We want to get out. We want to interact with our family, our friends, right? We want to, so many different aspects, right? So again, what I've been doing this whole week is having a concept. Last week's concept was trial and error. This week's concept is work, and we'll see what next week's concept is, right? But this whole Good Morning Motivation with Positive Vibes is honestly what I see it as is more of a show, right? It's something that I want to, trial and error, that I'm just playing around with. I wouldn't say playing around with because I feel like, it sounds a little bit kiddish, that I'm working on, right? Work is the concept that we're doing for this whole week. So I have been working on how do I want to put out my content? How do I want to interact? How do I want to engage? How do I want to get other people to connect and engage, and so on? That's what I'll put out there again, my friends. If you want to work together in any way, whether it's private, whether it's something we share, and we can work together in so many different ways for so many different different reasons, right? So again, for me, I know that, while I'm at home, I'm still going to try to get stuff done, with emails that I can go through, trying to set myself up a little bit better to make myself a little more comfortable, right? So I'm here in the basement, and I set myself up here, just in a corner. Now, I talked about it yesterday, I put in the work while I've been at home, to clean up the basement a bit, right? Because there was a lot of clutter. The way it was set up, it wasn't really organized too much, and I had the opportunity to set it up. And I feel like everything happens for a reason, my friends, right? That I had to do less work once I was told that I had the opportunity to work from home and I had to set this up. It was already sort of ready, right? How I needed to set it up. There was not a lot more cleaning I had to do. So that's why, again, my friends, we're living in the now. Put in the work now to do so many different things. Whatever you want to do, clean, mindset, like I said, work on yourself, take some time out for yourself, whatever it is, things that you are pushing off to the side to get done. Put in the work now, and maybe in a short period of time, or maybe a bit longer, you'll look back and you're just going to be so thankful and grateful, my friends. So, I just want to say thank you again for tuning in to Good Morning Motivation with Positive Vibes Fridays. I played in the beginning for the podcast. Whoever's listening, I guess it's not on there. I'll see if I could get it on there. But for the ones listening here live, that I will be sharing on Instagram, Facebook, and on YouTube, you heard my recording that I did, right, for working hard. And this is something that what I will do, let me just go back here. What I will do is read it out. So give me one moment here, because again, mainly for the podcast listeners, so you know what I am talking about. So whenever I did Good Morning Motivation with Positive Vibes in the past, when I already started it, before I started podcasting, Good Morning Motivation with Positive Vibes was already there. And I believe it was 2017, if not earlier, right? So I already had content there and an idea, right, of what I wanted to do with Good Morning Motivation with Positive Vibes Fridays. So when I search Positive Vibes, my name comes up eventually. And then I'm just going to go here. I hope everyone is doing well. Keep doing your thing, my friends. I keep repeating the exact same thing over and over again, because I believe it does play an impact on us moving forward. It makes an impact on us subconsciously, right? So I'm going to play this one more time, okay?
We all have envisioned a certain type of life we want. Then we live a life where the vision remains a vision. There are those few who never stop pursuing that picture they see in their head until it is achieved. Hard work is the key. If you are complaining about the life you have or don't have, to realize that it is up to you to make changes now rather than later.
So we'll end off there, my friends. We all have that vision in our mind of the life that we want, the person that we want to be, right? Our surroundings, our environment. The phrase I talked about, in the past, just recently as well, is people might say, I've said it before, easier said than done. But let's get it done. And it's about putting in the work now for our futures. All right. Once again, this was Positive Vibes Influence Podcast PIP125, episode 125, my friends. This was Good Morning Motivation with Positive Vibes Fridays. Have a blessed day. Here's to having a wonderful weekend and many blessed days ahead. Looking forward to once again reaching out, connecting, engaging with all of you. And again, until the next video. And tomorrow, we're going to have Weekend Motivation with Positive Vibes, which I did last week. Again, this is something I've done in the past, so I'm looking forward to that. And we'll see where we go from there. All right, take care, my friends.